Pause for a moment and consider this. Thousands of years ago, in eras when we hadn't technologically advanced as much as today, what if we came across traces reminiscent of our modern technology? Surely it would have been a fascinating and astonishing discovery, right? Many archaeologists and historians claim that there are artifacts around the world believed to be remnants of ancient civilizations that bear a resemblance to modern technological devices. For instance, some hieroglyphs in the Egyptian pyramids depicting figures that seem akin to helicopters or airplanes have been a topic of debate for a long time. Or consider the pre-Columbian golden aircraft found in present-day Colombia. These miniature figures bear a striking resemblance to today's jet planes. With their pointed noses, stable wing structures, and aerodynamic designs, these artifacts hint at the possibility that ancient humans might have had some understanding of the concept of flight. So, do such findings endorse the theory that ancient civilizations might have had encounters with extraterrestrial visitors? Or is this merely coincidence? Or perhaps it showcases that ancient humans might have been astute enough to make predictions about technological advancements? Let's delve into the evidence that forms the basis for these theories. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay updated on the latest videos. Let's get it on. Traces of modern technological devices. Ancient Egyptian civilization has long been associated with myriad mysteries and enigmas throughout history. One of the most intriguing facets of this enigmatic past can be found in the reliefs of the Temple of Seti I in Abydos. Not only is this temple significant for hosting important religious ceremonies of Egypt, but it's also replete with curious symbols and hieroglyphs. Among these, the most striking are the carvings that resemble modern technological instruments. At a glance, one might discern shapes reminiscent of a helicopter, a battle tank, an airplane, and perhaps even a submarine. The timeline of these reliefs, which predates the existence of such technological devices, makes the situation utterly baffling. These symbols are often cited as a core argument in favor of the ancient astronaut theory. This theory posits that ancient civilizations were visited by extraterrestrial beings who imparted technological knowledge and advanced science to them. The presence of similar symbols and traces not just in Egypt, but also in various parts of the world boosts the popularity of this theory. Beyond the external figures of the Great Pyramid, the reliefs and murals found in some corridors and chambers are equally captivating. These illustrations feature symbols believed to represent electromagnetic energy, as well as ritualistic tools that ancient Egyptians purportedly used to connect with their gods. Furthermore, depictions resembling batteries and power sources can be spotted. It's believed that these representations signify a technology or knowledge unfamiliar to the ancient Egyptians. Some researchers opine that these symbols are indicative of the ancient Egyptians having connections with other extraterrestrial life forms. Egyptian mythology is replete with themes of gods intervening in earthly affairs, traveling using technological vessels, and sharing knowledge with humans. For some theorists, this is further evidence supporting the claim that the Egyptians might have had extraterrestrial encounters or obtained knowledge from them. Nonetheless, the source of this knowledge remains an enigma, even thousands of years later. Wall paintings of Catalhoyuk. Catalhoyuk is a historic Neolithic settlement located in the Konya province of Turkey, believed to have been established roughly 9,000 years ago. With its remarkably well-preserved structures, wall paintings, and artifacts, it has become a focal point for archaeologists and historians. However, for some theorists, Catalhoyuk isn't just a prehistoric habitation. It's also a site that may bear traces of extraterrestrial visitors. One of the wall paintings in Catalhoyuk resembles a map adorned with peculiar shapes and depictions. Upon comparison with modern astronomy, this painting could potentially represent the renowned star cluster, Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters. If this assertion holds true, it raises the question of how such a detailed celestial representation was achieved in such an ancient era. Furthermore, sculptures and reliefs discovered in Catalhoyuk depict figures with anomalously large eyes, elongated arms, and slender body structures. The unique and unconventional physical attributes of these figures might suggest they represent extraterrestrial visitors. Additionally, the site features wall paintings enriched with enigmatic symbols and signs. Dropa stones. Discovered in 1938 in the Qinghai province of China, the Dropa stones are considered among the archaeological traces that could evidence extraterrestrial visits. These stones are flat, circular discs, featuring mysterious symbols written in fine spirals on their surfaces. Furthermore, a notable characteristic of these stones is the presence of a hole in their center, surrounded by circularly carved glyphs resembling hieroglyphs. The precision and consistency with which these marks were engraved, given the technology of the time, remain a mystery. Decades after the discovery of the stones, some researchers attempted to decipher these symbols. Russian scientist Dr. Vyacheslav Syzev proposed that these symbols narrate a story written in an ancient language. According to Syzev, the inscriptions described extraterrestrials descending to Earth and interacting with the local populace. The Dropa people are an ethnic group residing in this region, characterized by their small stature and short height. Speculations about the origins of this group have linked them to the stories inscribed on the Dropa stones, suggesting that the ancestors of the Dropa people could be the extraterrestrials mentioned in these stones. Despite the years that have passed, the meaning of these inscriptions remains a mystery for many researchers. However, by the 1960s, a Chinese professor named Dr. Tsum Nui claimed to have deciphered these intricate inscriptions. According to him, the writings on the stones describe an alien race called Dropa, who, 12,000 years ago, came to Earth and were hunted down due to the fears of the local inhabitants. Astronaut figures. Located in northern Italy, the Valcamonica Valley is renowned for its petroglyphs that date back thousands of years. This region is recognized for rock art that dates approximately 12,000 years ago and was accepted as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1979. Among the distinct rock art of Valcamonica Valley, some figures are particularly familiar to the modern eye, with features resembling helmets, tight-fitting outfits, and other remarkable attributes. These figures have been interpreted by many as entities resembling astronauts. Some of the figures are illustrated with circular symbols beneath their feet, suggesting they appear as if floating in midair. Even more intriguing are the details indicating some figures holding objects that resemble our contemporary technological tools. So how can we explain the existence of such modern-like depictions in these prehistoric petroglyphs? The emergence of these astronaut-like figures has garnered the attention of many extraterrestrial theorists and researchers, and numerous theories have been proposed regarding the reasons for their existence. One of the most popular theories posits that ancient communities encountered extraterrestrial visitors and immortalized these experiences in rock art. Another theory suggests these depictions reflect the ancient humans' thoughts about stars, planets, and other celestial events. However, definitive information that can explain the presence of astronaut-like clothing and objects in these depictions has yet to be found. The Nazca Lines. Located in the Nazca Desert of Peru, the Nazca Lines are massive geoglyphs that raise numerous questions about their origins and the methods used to create them. These drawings consist of depictions of animals, plants, and geometric shapes, some of which stretch up to 400 yards in length. Experts point out that these colossal drawings can be fully discerned only from a significant altitude. Considering that ancient humans wouldn't have had the means to reach such heights, questions arise regarding why and for whom these drawings were made. Could these lines have been directed towards visitors from the sky? Various theories exist about who or what these visitors might be. Among the most popular is the notion that the geoglyphs might have been signs or messages intended for extraterrestrial visitors. Another intriguing detail concerning the creation of the Nazca lines is the techniques used. Beneath the layer of soil where the drawings are made lies a layer of lime that prevents water evaporation, ensuring the preservation of the geoglyphs for thousands of years. Why might the ancient Nazca people have wanted to protect these geoglyphs for such an extended period? The answer remains unknown. Regardless, the Nazca lines continue to be one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world, revealing the fascination and curiosity ancient societies held towards the sky. Ubaid lizard figurines. During the prehistoric periods in Iraq, there existed a community known as the Ubaid culture. The existence of this culture was revealed through archaeological excavations conducted in the region. Numerous archaeological artifacts associated with the Ubaid culture have been discovered. However, the most striking finds are the peculiar lizard-like figurines. These figures are typically sculpted to represent male, female, and child figures. Yet what's most intriguing about these figures is the peculiar lizard-like appearance of their faces and bodies. Their heads, with elongated eyes, prominent nasal structures, and lipless mouths, resemble the typical features of a lizard. Some theorists have postulated that these figurines might represent extraterrestrial beings, or aliens. Supporting this theory is the argument that these figures differ significantly from other human figures of the Ubaid culture. Additionally, the fact that these figurines are unique to a specific period suggests they held a particular significance or meaning. Aboriginal rock art. Aboriginal rock art dates back approximately 40,000 years, making it among the oldest rock art samples in the world. However, some figures in this art contain intriguing images that do not align with modern observations and appear beyond their time. Especially in Western Australia's Kimberley region, one can encounter such intriguing rock artworks. This area is famous for its depictions of spirits known as Wandjina, associated with rain. The most striking ones resemble extraterrestrial beings. Wandjina figures are typically portrayed with large white faces, wide eyes, and slender bodies. While there's no consensus on whether these figures represent extraterrestrial visitors, given they don't align with traditional Aboriginal mythology and stories, some researchers suggest that the depiction of Wandjina could be linked to ancient alien visitors. Alongside the figures, symbols resembling flying objects have also been observed in the rock art. These symbols are sometimes portrayed as round discs or objects encircled with lines. Giant statues of Sardinia. The island of Sardinia, nestled in the heart of the Mediterranean, is not just renowned for its location, but also for its mysterious giant stone statues that capture the attention of visitors and researchers from around the world. These statues are scattered across various parts of the island, with some reaching heights of up to 3 yards. One of the most striking features of these statues is the unique facial details they exhibit. With large eyes and elongated noses, while they may not directly resemble humans at first glance, they bear anthropomorphic traits and are considered humanoid in nature. However, some researchers theorize that the facial features displayed might represent a species distinct from today's humans, or perhaps even an extraterrestrial race. It's estimated that these statues were constructed between 1000 BC to 500 BC. The intricacy and scale of carving the stone material using the technology available during that era remain a profound mystery to historians and scientists. There's also no available information regarding the tools and techniques employed during their creation. Some theorists argue that advanced technological knowledge and skill were required in the design and construction of these statues. The source of such expertise is a matter of various speculations. One theory posits that it could be a result of interactions with extraterrestrial visitors. The primary argument in favor of this theory is the distinct facial features of the statues, differing from contemporary human features, suggesting the possibility that they might depict an alien race. Tassili N'Ajjer, Signs of Extraterrestrials. Tassili N'Ajjer in Algeria, situated in the heart of the Sahara Desert, is a vast rock art site listed on UNESCO's World Heritage List. The area hosts rock paintings that date back tens of thousands of years. However, some of these paintings stand out due to their unusual depictions. At first glance, figures with large eyes, broad heads, and slender limbs might be thought to represent ancient deities or mythological beings of the humans of that era. Yet certain features of these figures bear a striking resemblance to what modern humans might describe as extraterrestrial beings. Alongside these alien-like figures, there are also intriguing symbols and traces in the area. Some paintings, for instance, depicting objects flying in the sky, evoke images of UFOs. According to some experts, these depictions might suggest that extraterrestrials once visited Earth and interacted with ancient communities. Dogu statues. Japan's ancient Jomon culture dates back thousands of years. One of the most well-known archaeological finds from this period is the small clay figures known as Dogu. These statues have been found in various regions of Japan and generally represent humanoid figures. However, certain features of the Dogu statues suggest that they might not merely be simple representations of humans. One of the most striking features of the Dogu statues is their large and prominent eye structures. Some researchers speculate that these eyes might represent beings in spacesuits. In some statues, the lack of defined arms and legs has led to interpretations suggesting they might be wearing some kind of suit or armor. Furthermore, the head structures of some Dogu figures are notably different from typical human skull shapes. In addition, some details and markings on the statues are reminiscent of spacesuits or advanced technological devices. Notably, protrusions on the chest and back regions of some figures could be representing air tanks or energy sources. Which of these discoveries surprised you the most? We're eager to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.